up, boxing world? JF Sports. Dan Rafael of ESPN took a jab at Floyd Mayweather, saying that he hasn't proved anything or that he can't beat the best fighter at 160-pound division. Now, Mayweather is not a 160-pounder. Got it. Dan Rafael said he would have a good chance, Golovkin that is, of beating Mayweather if he were to ever agree to that fight. Said that Golovkin is the best chance of beating Mayweather on those three divisions. He's talking about 147, 154, and 160. Now, obviously, Dan Rafael likes the idea of Mayweather versus Golovkin, but we are all dreaming if we think that fight is ever going to happen. You know, for Mayweather to even agree or consider fighting Triple G Golovkin, Golovkin would have to be very dehydrated. You know what I mean? He would have to fight Mayweather at a catch weight or something, 150, 152, something like that, right? Which I believe Golovkin had said previously that he would be willing to go down to 154 to try to meet Floyd Mayweather in the middle. But with Mayweather's recent interviews and comments that he is retiring, a fight with Golovkin is just a dream. But yes, I'd have to agree with Dan Rafael though that a lot of fans wants to see Mayweather actually push himself to his limits, right? But with that said, a lot of Mayweather fans would argue that Mayweather has already been proven that, done that, and is getting ready to retire. So there's no point of trying to harp on the Mayweather versus Golovkin fight because we probably not going to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? If Mayweather and Pacquiao took 5-6 years to make, well, guess what? The Mayweather Golovkin, that's probably a chance of that happening is probably very slim to none. But if the two were ever to fight, ever to agree to that fight, who do you guys think would win? That's a very tough fight. Mayweather going up in weight almost 10 pounds and Gennady Golovkin moving down for about 5-6 pounds. I mean, who knows, right? Dan Rafael also said that the fighter would beat Mayweather in the sport would have to be a legitimate middleweight, Triple G Golovkin. There are people who would love to see him fight Triple G. Yes, that's what I said. And you and I both know Golovkin would love that fight. Yes, Golovkin had said that before, that he would not mind and actually agree to fight Mayweather if Mayweather is willing to go up in weight and him meeting him at 154. He said, and Mayweather would probably never take it in the Brazilian years, Dan Rafael said. That's the kind of guy that could beat Mayweather, Triple G Golovkin. Golovkin is a bigger physically and a good puncher, a guy with a good chin, a guy with superb boxing ability, and a guy with great amateur background with his career. But that fight is probably never going to happen. But that's the testament to the greatness of Floyd Mayweather Jr. They have to send him all the way up to middleweight or a catch weight between junior middleweight and middleweight to find one of the best fighters in the world who think to have a really good chance to beat Floyd Mayweather. That's what Dan Rafael said. Now, contrary to popular belief, some people say that even if Floyd Mayweather agrees to fight Triple G Golovkin at a catch weight or at 154, that Mayweather would still win. Who knows? Some people saying that Floyd Mayweather is too fast, too quick for Golovkin's stiffness. Yes, Golovkin has the punching power, the good chin, but can he land shots against Mayweather's elusive style, so to speak? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, you guys know Dan Rafael is being infamous lately because of the Broner situation. Dan Rafael is actually the reason why Adrian the Problem Broner has opted or declined to give interviews from now on, at least until the Alak Verdiev fight, because Dan Rafael annihilated Broner on Twitter for fighting Alak Verdiev for a fraud title shot. That's what he said. It's a fraud title fight. And Broner got butthurt and obviously took it to whatever and said, I'm not doing any more media interviews or talking, as a matter of fact, just talking until after the Alak Verdiev fight. And you all can thank Dan Rafael of ESPN. That's what he said. You guys seen the press conference of Adrian Broner. He had, what is his name? White Ticket. He had him speaking for Broner. You know what I mean? I mean, the only freaking... I think Broner came up to the podium once and only said one word, and it was the N-word. Because supposedly White Ticket could not say that word. You know, they had a damn script written down of what White Ticket was supposed to say on behalf of Broner, acting like a little bitch. So, you know, there you go, guys. You know, I guess we all got to thank Dan Rafael for talking shit to Broner on Twitter. Thank God to Dan Rafael. So Broner now is all butthurt and will not give any more interviews. You know, like he really is somebody so big. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know why Broner sometimes thinks that he's so big. Well, he gets that idea though. I'm getting off topic here of Dan Rafael versus Mayweather, but just to let you guys know, I don't know why Adrian Broner thinks that he is on the level of Mayweather just because he calls him Big Bro, just because he's friends of Mayweather. You know what I mean? And you know what? To be honest with you guys, I think Broner only got a big head because Heyman makes him that way. If Broner does not have Heyman in his freaking back pocket, Broner would not be acting like how he is right now. You know, and you guys know that. That's no secret. Broner got a big head because of Heyman. Period. That's it. No ifs and buts about it. Every time Broner try to go up in weight above 140 and he fucking embarrasses himself and loses, guess what? Here comes Heyman to the rescue. Give him some bum fighters to fight for a title shot so we can build him back up. Because for somewhat reason, I think Heyman likes the idea of Adrian the Problem Broner because he talks a lot, and talking a lot means talking trash and creating some numbers, right? And it's all about numbers. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Boxing, nowadays, it's all about freaking numbers. Doesn't matter if the fighter's exciting. Doesn't matter if the fucking fighters runs around or fucking wins by fucking robbery, controversial. It doesn't matter. It's all about how you sell the tickets, right? Hell, that's what it's all about now. But yeah, anyway, yes, Dan Rafael today, as I told you guys, took a jab at Floyd Mayweather, saying that Floyd Mayweather needs to pretty much, not verbatim, but pretty much push himself to his limits and fight Triple G if you want to go out with a bang. That's what he's basically saying. But like I said, and he said, that fight, Mayweather versus Golovkin, would never happen in a Brazilian years. Why? Well, he's insinuating that Mayweather's scared. I don't know. Or maybe because, I don't know, maybe the freaking, money's not right. I don't fucking know, man. But all I know is this. If Mayweather agrees to fight Golovkin at 154, right? Hell, let's make it 152. Let's really fucking drain and dehydrate goddamn Golovkin, right? Let's say for some God's reason, Golovkin decides to fight Mayweather at 152. Some shit like that, right? Dehydrated like a motherfucker. And then the numbers would be good. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll be anywhere close to the Mayweather-Pacquiao, even though a lot of people say it was a disappointment fight. But I think it would, really, really tells a lot about Mayweather's character. Going out with a bang, especially fighting Golovkin after the Berto fight towards 50-0. I mean, that shit is, you can't question him. You know what I mean? If Mayweather decides to do that, you know what, man? I'm going to beat Berto. I'm at 49-0. Ties up Rocky Marciano's record, even though Rocky Marciano's family does not agree with that, comparison. as you guys know, there was some issues about that too. If you guys didn't see my video on that, go to my videos. I've talked about how the Marciano family is disagreeing and somewhat upset of their Rocky Marciano's record 49-0 being compared to Floyd Mayweather's upcoming 49-0. So they didn't like that idea. So like I said, you guys check out the video. I made a video, but it's in the playlist. I mean, it's my video, so y'all check them out. But yeah, so yeah, Golovkin, if he agrees to that fight, which he most likely will, let's say 152, 154, and Mayweather decides, you know what, I'm gonna go out with a bang. You know, I'm gonna fight one last fight towards 50-0, beat everybody's record. I don't want to tie up all these Rocky Marciano. I want to surpass him. I want to be at 49-0. I don't want to be tied with everybody, because that is, you know, that is the consensus, that Mayweather doesn't want to be tied up or be at the level of anybody, right? He is the best ever, as he calls himself, TBE. So if you're the best ever, why would you want to stop at 49-0, right? So you're going to want to surpass that at 50-0. So at 50-0, go out with a bang, no questions, no ifs and buts about it. Fight somebody like Triple G Golovkin. Then you be God, you be hero, right? But would that fight ever happen? Fuck do I know. That's why I got you guys. You guys let me know. Drop me a comment. As always, take it for what it's worth. JF Sports. Thanks for watching.